Oh, we're live. We're live. I'm really close to the camera. Okay. Let me get my polls started. Let me think. Trying to think of some good polls, guys. So bear with me. Bear with me while I'm discovering the polls. But come on in. I'm just setting up and getting ready. Oh, I got an idea. Okay. I clicked the wrong button. Okay. I was like, what? This doesn't look familiar. Okay, there we go. Come on in. I am just getting started. Come on in. Oh, almost spelled that wrong. All right, guys, I am here. I'm live. I just finished the polls. Let's get started. Today, we are using the Bumbleberry Hollows Tarot deck. Feel free to answer the polls and come on in. And don't forget to hit the like. I would definitely appreciate it very, very much. How have you all been? It has been I don't know, it's been okay week for me. It's been pretty good. No complaints. Busy, but very, very decent week. I don't know why I'm repeating myself a billion times. Yeah, come on in. I'm getting started. We're going to jump right into the weekly collective. I decided to switch up the title just a little bit because, I wanted to give some flair. Oh, NC coming in right away with the questions. I think my coworker C was flirting with me. What happens with him? Ooh, I like this. Okay. A little flirtation, a little summer love, summer crush, summer flirtation vibes. Let's shuffle this deck here and get started on let's see what happens between you and C. Exactly. Super fun. Let's get into this vibe. And come on in, guys, and vote on the polls. Let me know where you are in your love life. Me personally, I am single, not ready to mingle though. Woo, cards are flying. What card just flew here? It's a few of them, so I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. It's too many. It was just like one. I would get to it. This hair, it doesn't want to go back with the headband. All right. I think we're good. We have the Strength card. Focus camera on the little Strength card. There we go. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Six of Pentacles. It is dying to focus on my fingers. All right. So what we see here is that, I'll be honest, from the way the cards are, is not much will happen unless you take that initiative and you make a move here. But if you do decide that you want to make a move, I think C will be very, very receptive. We do have that Six of Pentacles there, and we can move from there. I think C is, they're flirtatious, but they're still a little bit maybe shy or hesitant, or I'm not sure what the vibes here, but Strength card usually shows an element of, let me create some boundaries. Let me not fully go for it. Let me not jump all in. Let me just test the waters, maybe even a little bit. But they want to see you personally make a move. And if you do make a move, actually, I do feel like you guys would build a very strong connection. The Six of Pentacles there shows that there is something mutual, that there's a balance, that there's respect there, that there's understanding. It's very give and take. So if you would like to move in that direction, if you find C to be interesting, if you think they're attractive, if you find that they have the qualities that you're looking for, the cards do show a positive outcome, or at least you'll go on some pretty great dates. Definitely with the Six of Pentacles, C would 100% do their best to try to impress you. There's someone who is likely to be a very good listener. I get that for the Six of Pentacles. I also get that they're generally just a helpful person, very supportive, gives sound advice, someone who you can count on to be realistic and practical. They're not going to lead you astray or, just hype you up just to agree with you. It's very sound level headed. And let me see if I can pull another card for you guys. We got the King of Pentacles, sort of just reiterating the fact that this is a solid choice. This is somebody who makes strong investments. This is not, Flea doesn't have fling energy. This is a very serious person. He's someone who wants to invest in long-term committed relationships. So yeah, he's a Capricorn. It makes sense why he's getting all that earth sign energy coming up for him. He's very long-term in his thinking. On the picture, I don't know if you saw it, you have this little bear and he's giving a pie to a bumblebee. So I wouldn't be surprised. This is someone saying, hey, like, I am here to nurture, cater, look out for you. There's a sense of a lot of care, a lot of seeing your value, recognizing it, and cherishing you. So I really feel as though this person is not looking for someone just to have some one night stand or some quick relations with. Really committed, really much looking for someone who they can spend their life with, who is someone who is a kind person, who is generous like them, and who is open to receiving generosity from them. Because I feel like we have two cards that are emphasizing giving. So it's leaning more into his giving nature, the giving part of Capricorn that we don't talk about because they got other qualities that can be a little obnoxious, but they do have a giving side to them and an ambitious side to them. So I really feel like if you're looking for someone who is going to build a stable foundation for you to live the rest of your life with, for you to come home to, for you to, I guess, form a family, form a life. This is someone who would be worth getting to know, is what the cards are saying, NC. That's good. I'm glad that you want that. You know, wink at him or something, or give him your number, Yeah, say something. The Queen of Wands is very direct. You don't have to be super direct, but flirt back, make it, more obvious that you're into him. And I think you guys could have a cute vibe going on. I'm going to wish you luck because, I love love, so I'm definitely going to champion it. He already sent you a wink in the Teams chat. Okay, send that. Heart all his messages. Ask him when he's taking lunch, and then, you guys can go to lunch together. Or like, is there anything good to eat around? Yeah, it's cute. Simple. Yeah, do that. I hope this works out because the cards are giving the green light. And keep me updated. I want to know. I'm just drinking water here, guys. I get thirsty because I talk a lot. Oh, and don't forget, I gotta advertise myself. Private readings are available for those of you who like or want and desire a private reading from me. If you are paying through CashApp, I've got to fill out and update the form for that, but you could just send me an email, or I think you can just write, sent money through CashApp on the form, and that will work, but I'll update it soon as possible. I just recently updated it to make sure that I get notified of new readings and that you guys get notified that I received your request. So hopefully you get that notification. Let me know if you don't. I tested it myself. It worked for me, but I do want to make sure that it is working for you all, so you know that I have received your reading request. And also, new reading out every Thursday. Let's go into the weekly collective because I don't really have any announcements other than that. Happy to give you all readings. I'm just shuffling away. And as a reminder, I believe last week in our weekly collective, we received the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Empress. So for me personally, Knight of Cups, I already know there's going to be some drama, emotional ups and downs. And that's definitely what happened this week. For me personally, just some workplace drama. The usual, obviously midweek, things calmed down, things were resolved. You had this more King of Cups energy come in. And I did say that there'd be some sociability, some like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, like, please. And then the King of Cups comes in and says, yeah, there's still challenges, but you take it on the chin, right? And that's pretty much what happened. But let me know how things worked out for you in your week. The Empress, we're still in that vibe. It's Friday, so going into the weekend, we're on our Empress vibe. But let's see what's in store for us next week. We know the Empress vibe this week is indicating some creativity, some romance, possibly. Having some fun, meeting up with friends. The Empress card is a card of happiness, and it can also represent working on something that inspires you creatively, or being in touch with anything that is like in nature or something along the lines of that. So I just want to throw that info out there for you all. Let me drink some water. And remember, if you are interested in the weekly collective, I'm going to put the timestamp below in this reading so you know that the weekly collective is there. So I changed the title recently to say that, live tarot with a practical reader, because I want people to know that I have a more practical reading style. You guys are very familiar with it. But to shortly explain, if you are new here, I'm Brandy. Welcome to AstroTarotResearch. I like to combine tarot and astrology to give real-world, accurate, everyday predictions. I love tarot. But for me, I prefer to use the cards so that they are in more alignment with the material world and the things that we experience. Yes, there's a spiritual side. I talk about that as well if you see my channel. But if you've noticed, I focus on real world solutions. I focus on things that we all go through, from breakups to setting our alarms wrong and getting out of bed and being late for work, or having office crushes, whatever the case may be. I like to focus on real world practical examples that I see through in the cards. So that is why I changed my title for my live, so you guys have that understanding of my reading style if you are new, because sometimes people come in and they have no clue and they're just like, oh, I'm not familiar with your reading style. So I wanted to make that more obvious to people. But let's get into the weekly collective. As I mentioned, timestamp will be put below in case you guys want to watch this back. Make it easy peasy for you all. Let's see what cards we have coming up next week. We have the Five of Swords. Ooh, maybe a little bit of a beef there. Let's focus on that card. Five of Swords. We have the King of Wands. Okay. King of Wands, collective energy. And then we have the King of Pentacles. He just wants to keep coming back, you know? Let's see. For some reason, it just will not focus on my face. Focus on the card, guys. I feel like those old school YouTubers. There we go. King of Pentacles. So we have the Five of Swords, the King of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Looks like we start the week and it's off to a rough start. So the Five of Swords can definitely represent that there are some conflicts. There could be some jealousy. There can be some hateration. There could be some underappreciation. The Five of Swords definitely comes up as that for me. And then in some cases, it's self-sabotage, where you're doing things that aren't beneficial for you. But ultimately, it shows that we start off the week going through some challenges. This can also represent communication breakdowns, a lot of blaming, a lot of jumping to conclusions, a lot of people not wanting to take accountability or admit that they're wrong. You may be dealing with situations like that in the beginning of the week. But the vibe changes because we go into the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles as the week goes on. So those two are designed to take care of challenges, to make sure that everything is in alignment, and to not have to basically get so caught up in the emotional whirlwind that might be going on around us given the start of the week. So things start to turn around midweek. We have the King of Wands energy. That means we are taking care of our responsibilities. We're excited about certain things, maybe even investing in future plans. The King of Wands I love to see because he's always looking ahead at the things that are passionate for him, as well as he has a sense of duty. He's not neglecting things around him, including himself. And it represents just being the boss of your own life, similar to the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very practical and detailed oriented, and this can definitely indicate if somebody needs some help from you, you're willing to offer that help. And similar, there is some reciprocation there when it comes to the King of Pentacles. There's also a sense of luxuriousness and relaxation when it comes to the King of Pentacles. So if you've been looking for just a moment to enjoy yourself, it sounds like midweek to later in the week, we get those moments. And there can also be moments where if you've been delaying a few things, procrastinating, this is wrapping up, this is coming to an end, you're getting it done. And I will say, these cards don't represent a lack of frustration, but they represent more so being able to handle the challenges that come to you because you're familiar. You know how this thing works. You're in the game. Like, this is king energy. So it's like, I've been through X, Y, and Z. I already know how to handle this and this and this. And so that's the energy or the vibes or the mindset that we have midweek towards the end of the week. When I see also two court cards, this King of Pentacles and this King of Wands, it can represent having more mature conversations, being surrounded by people who have a more forward thinking mindset, or even just hanging out with friends and family that you get along with and you like the same shows, and you like the same movies, and you like to do certain things together. But it represents healthier relationships, healthier conversations that are going on as we move on later into the week. So I love to see that going on adventures, having fun, enjoying your life. That's happening mid to late week. So I do want to say that. And this can also represent some recognition to some regard. All right. I'm feeling called to pull one more card. Four of Pentacles. Okay. So summarizing card, Four of Pentacles for the week. A lot of it represents same old, same old. So if you've been running into similar problems, you may even be dealing with those issues more heavily this week. You know, sometimes people have office beef with each other, but certain weeks are like, oh, this person's really getting on my nerves. That could happen a little bit more this week, where it's just like a tense moment or something like that, or whatever challenges that may have been reoccurring within your life currently. We know that may happen, but I do like this Four of Pentacles because it shows that you're not letting anyone take you out of your peace. Four of Pentacles is all about protecting that peace. You know, they're very guarded. They're like, you're not getting in. I'm sorry, not this week. So that is very much the vibe this week, protecting your peace, protecting your energy, not letting people drain you, not letting drama drain you, not letting challenges overwhelm you. So I really like the vibes for this week ahead. And let me know how this current week has been, because we're looking at the week ahead and the weekly collective, if you guys are coming in. Last week, as a reminder, we pulled the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Empress. So there may have been some emotional stressors in the beginning of the week, similar to this week, but not the same. Knight of Cups obviously is like, oh, people are getting to me. I don't want to deal with certain things. And some of the issues can be imaginary with the Knight of Cups, and some of it not so much. But next week, definitely not imagining things. The beef is happening. So it's more positivity. I love that I love that both weeks show King card energy. So it shows that we are growing, we're maturing, we're learning from any mistakes or lessons or environments around us, and we're continuing to blossom. Similar how the rest of the week we have the Empress energy. So if you guys are coming in, feel free to ask a question. Whatever it is, talk about your week, talk about things that have been going on. Let me know. Let me know. I am curious how your week ended up unfolding. And don't forget to answer the polls. So far, everybody's single. What's happening? Everybody's single. We've all got to get love lives, guys. It's because we're working hard. It's working hard season. We're all happy being independent and being in our own zones. I can see that. We gotta get into love season. Everybody cannot be single who chose the polls. All right. Woo. All right. I'm just flipping a few cards around. They are in the wrong direction. Just making some fixes. Let me know how Mercury retrograde is going for you all as well. Gotta look up when Mercury, let me look up real quick when Mercury retrograde ends. I these days, I don't pay as a close attention to Mercury retrograde because now I'm used to the vibes. I already know what's gonna happen. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I already know. Let's see when it ends. I don't know why. It ends August 11th. Okay, I think Venus and Jupiter also conjunct around that time, or it might be August 9th. I might be confusing the dates, but I want to check that. August Yeah, August 11th. That's so it's like right then. Single AF. No, my ex cheated on me, girl. Single AF. August 11th ends. Thank you, Tia. I'm sorry that your ex cheated. What a jerk. Some people, it's like just break up. There's no reason to break that trust or be that selfish. So I'm sorry that you went through that. But man, we're all single here. We're all single. And what a mess. What a mess. It just goes to show that the dating environment right now is, what do you call it when you have those bombs in the field? Like the minefield. It's like a minefield. You're right. Like if you step on the wrong thing, you get blown to smithereens right now. It's a dumpster fire. You're absolutely right. I 100% agree with you. It's the sad thing is it's rare to hear those happy stories. And I think people do need to hear that more about the healthy relationships, the happy relationships, because right now, if you talk to the average person, it's chaos out there. Me included. I wish I could tell you some happy tales, but things are tough. Things are tough. I'm not going to lie. But I will say that it's good to spend some time being single because you know exactly who you are and what you want, what you desire, and what makes you comfortable and what makes you feel good. At least that's what I'm getting from it, but we'll see for everyone else. But yeah, come on in and ask a question. Anyone, if you want to ask a question, yes or no is 5. In-depth questions is 10. I don't have a limit on how many cards I pull for either one. I'm just here to answer your questions. I just finished the weekly collective. If you're interested in that, I posted timestamps after the video. You can also look at last week's weekly collective because this week's not over. And fill out the polls. So far, everybody's single. Let us know if you're recovering, you just got out of a relationship and you need to recover. Or you're just regular single, you're not recovering, you're done with that, or you're dating right now. Maybe you have someone or someone's in mind that you're seeing, or you could be in a relationship, let us know. Let us know. Let me know. I want to know the tea. Okay. I want to know it. When can I expect my gut health to return to its normal state? It's been rough. Okay, XOXO her. I don't like to do health questions. So feel free to ask another question. I feel comfortable doing health or anything legal. I just prefer to keep that to that group of professionals, but feel free to ask another. Did the correct conversion. I'm not sure what A, to be honest, I don't know what A is. Is that Australian dollars? Yeah, that's the correct conversion. But yeah, feel free to ask another question and I will answer away. Okay, will my love life improve this year? And also I want to say sorry about your gut health because I have IBS, so I know it can be horrific having to deal with gut health issues. Your issue might be a little bit different, but I just know that personally it's horrific to have to be careful about what you eat and stressors, and it's tough. So I know. So let's get into the love life. I'm going to assume you're single too. XOXO her, because everybody here is single for some reason. Okay. We have the devil. Cute little devil too. We have the Three of Pentacles. There we go. We have the Moon card here. Focus on the card, not my face. There we go. The Moon card. I'm going to pull a different one. And we have the Four of Cups going on there. And pull one more. We have the Strength card. There we go. All right. The Devil, the Three of Pentacles, the Moon, the Four of Cups, and Strength. Okay. So, love life, will it improve this year? Maybe not this year. I say that because, we have the first card, which is the Devil. Very challenging card to overcome. And I feel as though, because it's right next to the Three of Pentacles, there may be a lot of work going on in your life. Like sometimes when I see these cards together, the Devil on this card in particular is being held on or held up by a string. So it's like, hey, I'm barely holding on in here. And it may have a lot to do with your routine, challenges that you're facing. Three of Pentacles connects to work. It connects to your day-to-day life. It connects to health. It connects to anything that you eat, consume, or even just personal values, right? And when I see this going on here, it feels as though you have a lot going on in your life that might even be competing with any efforts that you could possibly put into your love life. It would be strenuous and pretty stressful at the moment. I also get that this card can represent, or these particular cards can represent, I don't know if you're going any challenges at work, or if you're looking for a job, finding a job, or if you have an work environment that isn't exactly conducive to good mental health. But whatever the case may be, the cards are kind of showing that. They're showing that there's some element about either your work or your routine that is stressing you out and is taking you out of your element to be fully at peace, be fully open and ready for love. Now, I'm not saying you're not ready, but when we have the Moon card here and the Four of Cups, it's like my energy is a little bit drained. I need to pull away. Strength card here shows that it would feel like a battle to have to go into the realm of love. And it also would imply waiting. Often I get the straight card when it comes to love readings to represent, we need to take a pause. We need to wait. Now's not the time. You've got to endure whatever is going on in your life right now before we get to that next stage and move on. So your love life may not improve this year, but that's not to say that that's not the next step, especially when we have the Strength card here. I do like to see that because it does show that any problems that are currently going on in your life will come to an end, and you'll eventually move to this place where you have more happiness and joy and fulfillment, and you're less in a place of confusion, trying to figure things out, or sitting on the sidelines, or being focused on a different area in your life. And you're more willing to engage romantically with those around you. And I feel it has to do with overcoming certain areas in your life first, because we have that Devil card coming up. The Moon card is interesting, I want to say, because the fact that it's in between the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, to me, yes, Cancerian, I am taking readings. It's $5 for yes or no and $10 for in-depth readings. But as I was saying, for me, when I see the Moon card in between the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, it's like, I'm kind of confused on what direction I need to go in my life. I'm not satisfied where things are, and I really want to figure things out. I'm looking for inspiration. I'm looking for something new. Things might feel too stagnant. I feel like I've completed a certain stage within my life. I'm ready to transition into something else, or I'm ready to move in a different direction emotionally or creatively, or I need a change, but I don't know what. And it's like navigating your way through the dark. A lot of these cards have to do with almost like following your intuition when it comes to finding emotional fulfillment, happiness, and feeling excited and invigorated. The cards want you to bring more happiness personally into your life first, more personal excitement before you jump into the realm of dating. And they think that, well, they think you're fully capable of doing it, but just take your time getting back into the dating pool. Don't rush it. Don't worry about it too much. You have a lot to deal with and handle. And you also have a lot of joy and happiness coming your way. And there's a lot more to discover about who you are as a person and what your personal challenges or pitfalls are, or what areas you need to remove from your life before you can let someone else in. Now, it's not to say that you can't be messy and date someone, but like, not saying you're messy, but I really feel like that's the energy coming up. It's saying, I want you to be happy personally before we move to this next stage. And the card I've just pulled now is the Two of Cups. So that's reaffirming. It's like, wait a second. I want you to deal with X, Y, and Z. That's what Spirit's saying before we get to this Two of Cups, which will come naturally after that. Like, that's definitely coming, but not this year, but it is coming. All right. Just want to let you know. Want that to be clear. But let me know what you think. XOXO her. You're welcome. Oh, cards are flying already. And if you guys are just coming in, feel free to answer the polls. I love polling you astronauts. This week's question is, what best describes your love life? Single AF, recovering, maybe you like just got out of a relationship. You need to, walk yourself through that emotionally. Maybe you're dating, or maybe you're in a relationship. If I contact Travis D right now, how will he respond? Broke, no contact after 1 year. Okay. How would you respond? All right, let's see. For context, I spoke to him yesterday at a party after no contact for a year. That's Mercury retrograde for you. Let's get into this. Okay. We have, why does the King of Pentacles want to come out so bad today? We have the King of Pentacles. He just flew out. Low key, I want to text him like, hey, how you been? All right, let's see. We have the King of Swords reverse, though. I got to figure out the right angle for this so you guys can see the cards. And we have the Five of Swords. Big glare on the camera. There we go. 5 of Swords. Okay, so from those cards, I think that they'll respond at first rather polite, rather very much like, if you say, hey, how you been? They're like, yeah, I'm good. Like very much like that. But then the energy turns a little bit with this King of Swords. And it becomes more so about maybe starting a fight or bickering or airing their grievances. And even though they know particularly that it may not be the smartest way to engage in conversation and it won't lead anywhere, there is an element of hurt, especially since we have the King of Swords reversed. King of Swords reversed is someone who will know they're in the wrong, but they might do and say something anyway. He said, we ended off in a very bad foot last time we spoke. Yeah, I mean, the cards do show that with that 5 of Swords, and them wanting to air out those grievances. Let me pull a few more cards. We have the Star card here. Let me get closer. Pull away. There we go. Star card. And we have the Magician. I'll say this. The relationship is not beyond repair. So if you really want to get back together with this person, you guys are really going to have some tough conversations. And the conversations may not be all that comfortable, especially with the 5 of Swords there in particular. There is a lot of hurt. There is a lot of pain. There is a lot that this particular person, Travis, wants to say, like where they felt like they couldn't say or they've been holding back. And I feel like they might even just be saying it because they're hurt. So they are thinking, oh, well, you hurt my feelings, so I'm going to say something that might hurt your feelings. But because we have the Star and the Magician, and you want to know if there is some sort of romantic feelings there, or there possibly could be some rekindling. Yeah, that's a possibility. That is within the realm of possibility, given the Star and the Magician. If you really feel a connection with this person, if you really feel like you guys can work through your problems, then yes, you can get back together. And I think this person would potentially be open to that. Okay, I pulled the King of Wands. So yes, they still have some passion there. They still feel a level of excitement when they talk to you. There's still this feeling of, I think this person does have some special qualities to them. Last night, he kept telling me over a situation from a year ago. That's what happened. Last night, he kept telling me he was over our situation from a year ago, and that's what happened. And that's what happened was his karma. I don't know. I think that's a weird thing if you tell somebody over and over, and what had happened was his karma. I think if you over and over have to tell somebody that, you may not be over them. I mean, he could be telling the truth. He could be telling the truth. But from what I've seen with the cards, there's still some hurt there. There's still some hurt to work through. So I would say engage with a conversation with them, but do it cautiously. And don't be surprised if they're a little snippy, if they're a little sassy, if they say something a little rude. Don't be surprised by that. because they definitely are still holding on to something. Let me pull one more card just to get their mindset. I think they're willing to let go of the past, because I got the Judgment, the Three of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So I really feel like they would be willing to, they really would be genuine to let go of the past, but I don't know if they've necessarily done that yet. I was just thinking to myself, if I should let him contact me, or if I should contact him. Honestly, after last night, I'll say, the choice is yours. There's definitely other people out there for you. If you want to continue the conversation with this person, or continue dating, or seeing, or wanting to reignite something with this person, like I said, there's going to have to be some hard conversations first. And you guys are going to have to address the issues that caused the breakup, as well as the time in between. And I do want to say that, given that we also have like this Three of Wands, Queen of Wands, Judgment card, Two of Pentacles, I wouldn't necessarily say that they'd be willing to just go right back into a relationship, especially the Two of Pentacles. I generally get the Two of Pentacles to represent juggling options. And also with the Three of Wands, it's like I'm looking, I'm on the prowl, like I'm keeping an open mind as to who I want to date. So it wouldn't be just like we're going to be exclusive. It would be more so, let's see how things go. Let's see how things play out. Let's play it by ear. That would be the vibe if you wanted to re-engage with this person. So keep that in mind, Cancerian. At least that's what the cards say. But let me know, keep me posted on any updates on what might be going on, or if you decide to message him, let me know how, he responded. I am curious. I love hearing updates from you all. So I do want to know, but I do wish you luck. I know love is a battlefield for sure. And we'll see how things go. We certainly will. I wish you all the luck in the world. All right, guys, we have about like 12 minutes left. Feel free to come in. You're welcome. I ran out of water. Feel free to come in and ask any more questions. Before we continue, I do want to remind you that I am offering private readings. Private readings are now open. I offer Vedic astrology readings. Let me know if you want me to read it in Western. I also am offering tarot readings, as obvious. That's obvious. That link can be found below. If you want to pay through CashApp, all you have to do is just like make a note. I haven't updated the form yet for CashApp, but I'm going to do that. I just recently updated it. Took forever, but I'm going to add that update soon as possible. And then also next reading will be out next week. Next week is a reading I think you guys will really enjoy. It was suggested by one of you astronauts, and I think it's going to be very exciting for you. And I just started filming the poll winner, which was from last week on when will you meet your future spouse. So you guys can look forward to that reading a little bit towards the end of August. You know, we've got 2 more readings before that one, but that will be there. And don't forget to participate in this week's poll. The winner will be decided Monday. That's usually when I say, okay, we have enough votes. Done, poll is over. So go ahead and vote before Monday if you want to sway the voting on that one. And I think that is all in terms of announcements from me. Yes, that's all my announcements that I have. Obviously, I'm diligently working away on filming, as I just said, and some new exciting things for this channel. I'm always working on that. And I will be live next week. I'll probably try to go live Friday. I'll probably try to go live then Friday night. That seems to be a good time for right now, just because classes are wrapping up for me. And normally through the day, I'm busy. I'm up doing the schoolwork, doing other stuff, working on things. And so that's where I will be Friday night. So look forward to that. Anything else? I can't think of anything else for now. So that is what I have for you all. And I want to thank you all for continuing to be supportive and amazing and wonderful. I really enjoy all the support. I'm very happy about it. And hopefully we can continue to make a wonderful channel and make tarot easy and accessible for everyone. That is my overall goal. So hopefully I am doing that. Now I'm going to run and get some water real quick. Just because I'm so thirsty, man. But I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I told you I'd be quick. Whew. I think it's been a good Mercury retrograde. There haven't been as many delays, which I guess that's Mercury saying that, all right, you've been putting in the work for me. Normally, Mercury retrogrades in the past have been very, very irritating. But this Mercury retrograde, or at least the past couple of ones, I think it's because they've been in the fire signs. And, you know, I'm an Aries. They've been actually really fun. For me, Mercury retrogrades have been lately going back, visiting friends, hanging out with people. And it's actually really interesting because last Mercury retrograde, I had some plans to do certain things. Those plans went awry. And it was like everything that I didn't get to do in the last retrograde, I got to do in this retrograde. And it's been like that for the past couple of retrogrades. I can't speak, but it's been like that for the past couple of retrogrades where instead of restructuring, reorganizing, review, it's been more so revisit, retry, and rediscover, right? So, for example, last retrograde, I was choosing to go see between 2 plays. One play was sold out, so I ended up going to another one. So this retrograde, I got to go see the play that I originally wanted to see in the first retrograde. So it's been a lot like that. So everything that I didn't get to do, I got to do. So it was really great. It was really great. Fantastic. Loved it. I hope you guys are having a great retrograde as well. Hope you're going back and redoing all of the things that have been fun. Even on my channel, I have been, as you can see, retitling to make a stronger brand, focusing on SEO. So that has been me in terms of like tweaking. Mercury retrograde is really interesting. It can definitely cause you to go back and do some things. Like I just said, I just redid the form to make it a lot smoother for you guys. And I also need to redo it again for CashApp as well. That's Mercury retrograde. It's like, I'm going to make you redo this till you get it right. But let me know how your retrograde's been going. We have a few minutes left before we close out. So let me know if you have any questions. I will be here next Friday, more than likely. If that changes, I'll let you know by Tuesday. And don't forget to stop by. And for the weekly collective, I may pop up during the week, probably not. I want to keep in mind that, you know, school is getting closer towards the end. So I'm quite busy. The work is more intense, generally. Well, not all the time, but it can be more intense as you get closer to graduation. So less pop-ups, unfortunately. And that's where I am at. That's all the updates I have for you guys. Let me know how you all have been. You can let me know here. You can let me know in certain videos. Don't forget to be a part of that community tab. I do check it. I do read all of your comments. And I love hearing from you all. If you just want to message me, my email is found below. You can also go to the channel page. If you need to reach out to me about anything, my email can be found there. But that's all I got. That's all I got. I'm just going to give you guys a few minutes for any last minute questions. The polls have been interesting. All right. I guess we're all single. We are all single here. I'm going to end the poll. And that is too funny. Ooh, I'm getting a little sleepy, guys. Oh my gosh. Ooh, let me know if you have any last minute questions. We close out in a few. Yes or no, $5. In-depth questions, 10. You can PayPal me, Cash App. I prefer that. But if you don't have that, Super Chat is always available for you guys to ask questions. And I also offer private readings. We did the weekly collective. Looks like next week we might be dealing with a little bit of some troublemakers and situations and conflicts and all of that blame game in the beginning of the week. What a way to start Monday, right? And then we go into the more peacekeeping energy and getting things done, right? Just pushing past it and saying, let's just get the work done, right? Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday, everyone. For those of you who have gotten a reading, I am going to be getting started on those soon. And let me know if you want another reading. I was going to say that. That's not what I was going for. Let me know if you want to get a reading. The form can be found below. Just fill it out and I will get back to you with your reading as soon as possible. Whew, it's been a good night. It's been a good night. Thank you all for stopping by. Really appreciate you all and all the support that you give. And it has been great being able to create this channel in such a wonderful and exciting, interesting, lovely, beautiful community that I have. So that's all for now. Ooh. And just as a reminder, this is the Bumbleberry Hollow Tarot deck. All right. Ooh. I will see you all next week likely Friday. If I have some time to pop up during the week, I will pop up during the week. And don't forget to watch the latest reading. Polls will be out on Wednesday. And I don't think I have anything else to add other than enjoy your summer. Some people keep saying summer's almost over. I'm like, summer doesn't end till September 20th, guys. Like, we have time. But maybe depending on what hemisphere you're in. So that is all I want to say. And enjoy your summer. Have a great time. And I will see you next time. Au revoir, everyone.